It's May 10th, and we are headed from the Big Island in Hawaii over to Maui, the next island north, just northwest of it. We've got a sewing machine coming in that I'm going to pick up at this island. We're going to use that to repair, it's an industrial sewing machine. We're going to use it to repair the mainsail before we head back over to California. Pretty excited about it, a little nervous.
It's not too breezy right now, but there's a pocket. Phil's kind of showing it, kind of touching it right there. There's a pocket that holds a batten, which keeps the main able to go up straight, you know, because it's fabric. So you have to have a way to hold it out. And that broke, that pocket. He's got his hand down in it. It's busted off of the sail. So we have a machine now that will sew it. And then he's able to put the batten back in the pocket. So that's number one. And then a little bit lower down where the tear started to happen, we have an actual hole. And it has to be patched. So yeah, there it is. And it looks bigger now than it did up on top. But what we have is fabric. We have actual sail fabric. So we're going to cut a piece. It looks to be about maybe I don't know, 2 feet by 1 foot section maybe. Not too bad, but we're going to lay it out and we're going to sew both pieces together on each side, like straight through, so it covers the hole. But the great thing is that it's really kind of on top. So this is all we had to take off right here. The rest of the sail is still connected, and which is a very arduous task. It takes usually more than one person to move around the mainsail. It's a big deal. So not a lot of wind this morning. We got the first 2 sections off as far as the track. You can see the black track pieces, and we're gonna be able to get this done. So all good things.
So we got this tear here. Can't imagine it being I don't know, I can imagine it being worse. Anyway, the pocket tore back to here. No real damage, just the thread tore out. So the sewing machine only has an arm of this big, so I can't roll the sail up because it's too much sail. And I'm not going to cut the sail apart because that's dumb. So I'm going to sew as much of it as I can in the front area here with the sewing machine, and then I'm going to stitch the rest of it by hand. Fortunately, I've got one of these all stitchers, or a speedy stitch. I was on the boat when we bought it. I've used it before on another project. Works pretty well. The problem I have with it is, just like any kind of hand sewing, I never know where my stitches are going to be, and they're always kind of lopsided. So what I decided to do was take one of these sewing rulers, and I marked out all of my stitches. So I'm going to do a zigzag stitch with this. And I've got all my hole placements marked out. I don't think I can punch them all perfect, but that ought to go a long ways towards making it look like a professional stitch instead of just some guy with a sewing needle sewing something.
So these two are working together.
Pull it tighter.
He is pushing through.
All right.
And Mary is underneath there. And
hello.
Hang on, go one more time.
Hi.
She's under there. All right, and he pushes it through, and she pulls it and fills it, and he pulls it back. So, good deal.
To be able to get the sewing machine arm to where it needs to be, we got to take this off. And I wasn't sure about that at first, but then when I started looking at the webbing, the stitching is exposed to sunlight all the time, and so you can see that it's not supposed to be like that. So that needed to be re-sewed anyway. So this is a blessing that we have to do this, because now we get to repair this before it fails, which is a good thing. You like the hat on or off?
I don't know, I like it on. Either way, you're handsome. Handsome devil. We'll go with the double part.
All right, take 2.
Take 2. Take 3.
All right. But anyway, so we cleaned out all the stitches, and I've put tape on here, and you can see where the 3 lines go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these back on, and then we're going to run it through the cool sewing machine we've got here that's industrial. It'll sew through like 6 layers of thick leather. It's ridiculous. All right, so what we got here is our patch that's been sewn on. The whole family took turns sewing, stitching with the handy stitcher. And then we've got the batten in.
And the stitches, everybody did a really, really nice job.
We marked out the holes ahead of time, so that made it a lot easier to keep consistent. It looks as good as our other one that we used the sewing machine on. So that's cool. One of our batten ends came off the end of the batten when I pulled it out of the sail. Keep any more damage from happening. Don't know what to do, don't know where to buy them, so we decided to draw it in CAD and then print it. So here's a 3D printer, and it is actually printing this piece right now.
All the way up, you can see, especially the top one, that nice strip, that batten is put back in there. We did that! We sewed on the patch! Underneath it, it's sewn by hand. That's the family's patch job. We did it. There's a beach, and we're on our way to Oahu. But this is another island, and it's very pretty. And we got some people that are on shore biking. Over to the beach there and see what's up and just enjoy the sun and the waves, and there's our exit right over there. So we came right in here. I'm walking over. There we go. We came in that little hole and just dropped anchor. So here we are. Very nice. Hello, we're getting ready to paddleboard to the beach. So hopefully it's going to be a nice little ride. We're in our little cove here, so we're going to just enjoy it for a few minutes. We got some honeybees. Haven't seen those for a while, but they're here. I have a feeling one of us is going to drink.
I'm going in, you're going in.
You have to scoot back though for me. There you go.
Good?
Oh yeah.
We're going there, downwind.
Yeah, we'll go to that. All right, bye.